Hi, my name is Brie Ekpo, content creator. I live in the UK with my family. So I'm glad to introduce to you once again Word Remit app. I've been talking about this app for some time now. If you are a follower of my platform, this app recently enabled me to buy my retirement home in Nigeria. If you are Nigerian and you send Naira to your Nigeria account or to other people in Nigeria, this app enables you to send money very quickly. It's fast, it's efficient, and their rates are very competitive. So it's very easy to use. Just download the Word Remit app. Just have it in your phone. You saw sometimes all these little change, £100 here, $100 here, $1,000 here, $200 here. It all adds up. Just they send them, they go for those projects where they do for Nigeria. Before you know, it all adds up, and they say a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. So some of you now won't be they follow me, know my journey of building my retirement home, which I just did with the help of this app. So download the Word Remit app today. Their rates are very competitive. Use my discount code and keep sending money for those projects in Nigeria. It all adds up and you'll be able to achieve what you want to do in Nigeria. Remember, Ilela Bosimioko. So keep sending your money. Keep doing those projects. If you want to send money to your family, your loved ones, download the Word Remit app today and keep sending that money to Nigeria. Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. Hello, beautiful people. Sanude Zua, Sanude Aiki. Asaloto now. Good evening. Welcome. Sheda Daniel. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We are counting down to just few days to Christmas now. I hope you are ready. You've done all your Christmas shopping. Your house is decorated. You bought all the Christmas presents for the family. And you are ready to celebrate. It's a season of celebration. It's a season of showing love to one another. So show me love tonight by first of all giving me a thumbs up, making sure you give this video a thumbs up. Show me love also by subscribing if you haven't done so already, and please show me love by also sending me a Christmas present via super chats. Thank you very much. Samolu, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you, everybody. Bumi, I see you. Rebecca Hills, hi. Atroe salutes. Thank you, everybody. Chidima, how are you? Chisom, welcome, everybody. Yeah, so tonight is I'll just get in there and get this done. I want to try and do this within an hour because I've got a lot going on. So it's just going to be a quick one. I want to talk about this matter because this guy, some of you who don't know, his name is Emeka Ike. He's a Nollywood actor. Emeka Ike is his name. And he was in the news a few days ago talking about his marriage. Apparently, he got divorced a few years ago. I think he got divorced in 2017. After about 17 years of marriage, he got married in 2000. Yeah, so his marriage was 17 years, so it did last quite a while. Yeah, we always want marriage to last a lifetime. Obviously, the deal is a lifetime, but we all know life happens, things happen here and there, and yeah. So he's talking about it. I don't know if he's ever talked about it before. And yeah, but it's the first time I'm hearing him talk about it. So he's talking about what happened, why his marriage crashed, and how how it affected him. Divorces are very, very hard. Divorces are hard. Pearl, you said you noticed that I don't normally call your name. You say I've noticed that you don't used to welcome my name in your program, and I'm wondering why. There's no reason, no. I just choose names at random. If I start welcoming people, we will not live here today. You use 1 hour to welcome people, so don't take it personal, Pearl. Welcome. I usually like to welcome my members. The people that support me are my members. So if you want me to always welcome you, become a member, okay? But I welcome you today in the spirit of Christmas. Welcome, Pearl Onyeso. I hope I pronounced your surname properly. You are welcome. No verse. Mabinu. It's not personal. I just choose random names and mostly people that I know. Yeah. So don't be jealous. Samolu. People that I know and people that are my member. You see, Chidima is my member, so I have to always hail her. These are people that are supporting my channel by giving me money. So don't be jealous of people that are giving me money when you are not giving me money. And you are not even giving me like. Ordinary like you got me over. I not see collect for your hand. Subscribe. Some people no go subscribe. So what can we do? It is what it is. Anyway, back to the topic. Emeka Ike is who we are talking about today, and he's been talking lately. A lot of men don't open up. Let me just say that. Mm, yeah, I have acknowledged Pearl. Pearl, welcome. I have. Welcome. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for being a member of our family. Men don't talk openly about these things. Recently, I saw a video of a pastor that I used to follow when I was a young woman in Nigeria. His name is Pastor, I think he's a bishop now, Olumide Emmanuel. I don't know how many of you saw that when he was talking about his divorce. I think this is the first time he was talking about it. He was talking about it on PK's channel. And I used to follow that man quite a lot because when I was younger in Nigeria, he was the first person that started doing all this relationship, teaching about relationship, how to behave in marriage, and all that. So yeah, men don't usually talk a lot when these things happen because, again, for reasons linked to our culture, society expects men to be quiet. Don't say anything. You're a man. Man up. Man up. I don't believe that. I don't think we should be shutting people up if they want to express themselves, whether you are a man or woman. We all have emotions. Everybody is human. You have emotions. Emotions. Emotions than your mates. So, but unfortunately, we come from a society that tells men that you have to be strong, and the way you portray your strength is by not talking. And that is why you see a lot of black men do suffer from mental health problem. They are more susceptible to it. Is this a cultural thing of don't talk, men don't cry, men don't talk, men don't show their emotions, you have to be strong? I think it's not very helpful to our brothers, to be honest. So we are raising our sons now to express themselves, to talk. If they want to cry, let them cry. It's okay. It's a human thing to do. After all, even Jesus, our Lord and Savior, wept when he was on the cross. So even though the circumstances was different, and I do understand that was more of a spiritual thing, but definitely I don't believe that men should not express themselves. You should, because you are a human being. When something they pain you, they no fit tell you say make you know something they pain you, make you no talk, make you just quiet, make you just man up. I think again, because men don't talk because they don't want to be perceived as weak. They don't want to be seen as sissy or called names. There's a way that men are generally treated by society that is not good. Man of prestige, you are jealous. Oh my God. Welcome, welcome. If I want to start greeting people, we won't leave here today. Give us a thumbs up. We have 320 people in 9 minutes. If I start greeting, we'll use the whole time we have to greet. And I'm trying to be very disciplined with time. So if I don't shout you out, don't take it personal, please. Okay, so Emeka Ike has been talking about his marriage. Like I said, he got divorced in 2017 after 17 years of marriage. His ex-wife is called Emma, Susanna Emma, and she filed. She's the mother of his 4 children. They have 4 children, and the marriage was dissolved in a court in Lagos back in 2017 because she had filed charges against him relating to DV. I think the divorce dragged for a long time, 3 years. To get divorced in Nigeria is not a joke. It's not a joke. It can be very, very hard. I don't know why they make it so difficult for people to get divorced. Is this obsession with marriage that people must stay married, they must stay married, even when they want to buy one another. So after years of dragging each other in the courts, they finally got divorced in 2017. And I think he had to relocate from Nigeria. He said he is living in Germany now. So we're going to just go through the video. Let's just react to it very, very quickly and see what he had to say. Please give us a thumbs up if you're just coming. I throw a salute to everybody that is just joining. Thank you very much for joining us. Happy Christmas, and I hope you're well. All right, so let's see what Emeka had to say. Obviously, it's a longer video. Uh, he was talking in the video to Ebuka. I think he was talking to Ebuka in a program where he was talking about this is his experience, how his marriage, his divorce affected him. So let's see. It's just a clip here, but let's see what he has to say. He said that basically the bottom line is I said that his ex-wife allegedly made him to lose his school, his properties. I think that's the main thing. That he lost everything, his kids, after falsely accusing him, that she falsely accused him of DV, that he lost his properties, everything. Okay, so let's play the video.
Secondary school, St. Nicholas College on CMD Road, Magodo, was shut down. Over $480 million naira investment.
480 million naira investment. That's a lot of money in 2017. Still a lot of money today.
That year, 480 million naira investment was shut down, and all I heard was constant battery. And I was always saying, look, I don't beat this lady. What's going on? I went on air. I was like, come on, I never did. Babe, what's going on? They say I beat you. Do I? No, but you're a star. You know, they can always manipulate things and all that. So
So he's saying that she lied. Basically, that's what Emeka is. The allegation is that she lied against him. Yeah. She said that the ex-wife lied against him, that he never did any of those things that she accused him of doing. Okay, that he was trying to defend himself, but because he's a celebrity, it's easy for people to believe the negative story, what people were saying about him. But he is saying now, openly that the ex-wife Susanna lied against him. Okay, she lied against him. Let's continue.
I was gullible until I discovered that she was actually the one behind this whole thing. Some ladies are too desperate for marriage lately, and she actually told me one time that I'm not the marriage type. I didn't understand it. So the young men needs to know that there are plenty of ladies that are not the marriage type lately, and they're the ones that get you and I first. The good ones don't show the things, the signs that you want to go to a party with a girl. But these ladies show you everything you want to see, and then when you get into it, that's a luck.
So he's saying that the ex-wife at one point said that she's not the marrying type. Bear in mind that they were married for 17 years and have 4 children, okay? I have a picture of the family when the children were younger. So I'll show you the picture in a minute. I think the children are much more grown now. And also, I'll give you my opinion about this because I don't want to be gender. I don't believe that we should, when we hear cases like this, we should, unlike you, brother Ben, I can see you there, and some of you brothers that are always doing bro code. Women don't have that kind of allegiance to one another. I believe we should be, we should just be objective when we are talking about all these things. You always have more empathy towards your gender. That's true. But I also know women typically don't have empathy for fellow women. Okay? But I will tell you what I feel about this. He was saying that the wife basically tricked him into marriage and he lost everything in the marriage.
So it was depressing to find out that the person you were actually confiding in knows that men were coming to your house and was making calls with them and arranging and discussing this thing. And the resolution was, okay, after it all, blackmail him. I was busy grouping with the blackmail. I didn't know it was much more than that. So it was crazy. My school was shut down. Students were told, go home. This school is shut down. This marriage is shut down. On the same day, I was on air heading for a movie shoot in America. They already knew I was traveling. They were planning it. So I had to do, I was directing a movie and I was going to act in one of the movies. So 2 movies for J&J Pictures in Maryland. So they knew I was going to be away for a while. So they took their time to plan. So I was on air when she rang the bell and all the students came out and said, look, I'm shutting down this school right now. You all have to go to your parents, put you in another school. I wasn't waiting for it. I came back home to nothing. My property, my house has been moved. Everything in there, because my house is in Ogodu GRA, where I built my own house, but I was staying close to St. Nicholas College in Magodo, because if a student needs attention, I should be able to wake up 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to attend to it and do what I got to do.
So when I first saw this video, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I felt like there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of, I felt like there are a lot of holes in the story because it made it sound like it's a conspiracy theory. Yeah. That they were against me, they shut the school down. Maybe the wife was planning with some people. And I'm thinking, why would a woman, especially a school back in, even till now, school is, people have school business, they make a lot of money. Nigeria invests a lot of money on education. Parents, that's where most of their money go, paying school fees and things like that. School brings good money. Why would somebody shut down a school that is bringing money and tell the children to go home? So it made it sound like, it was a conspiracy theory. And I feel like there's a lot that is not being said. And I'm not saying that he's lying, but there's more to this story. It's deeper. It's way deeper than this. He said that it was all planned, it was orchestrated, he wasn't aware. He even mentioned the fact that there was some kind of blackmailing going on that he didn't know that the wife was involved in. And it was all set up in a way that he wasn't there to do anything about it because he was going out of Nigeria. And by the time he came back, everything has been done. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This story, I wish in this kind of cases you'll be feeling like, okay, who knows this? Even if the wife does not want to say anything because this was 17 years ago, right? People have moved on, children have grown now. Why would a woman just wake up and start accusing her husband of DV, and plotting with people to shut down school, to take all his property, to move his house and everything, especially in a place like Nigeria, where men are much more powerful than women. I don't know.
They had moved all the properties I have in Lagos. I lost plenty of them, like 80% of my lands, because it was just a bag I traveled to America with that I had just with me.
So the documents for those lands were taken.
People are bidding on my property and I'm looking at it and I feel like killing myself.
How is that possible? How can they take your land and your property? Is it that your name was not there? Man of prestige. Bami. Where's the rest of the story? He said that people are building on his land. They've taken his house. How is that possible? Even me that I'm here now, I have properties in Nigeria. They cannot just take my property like that. When I have the C of O, or what do they call those documents? My name is on it. How can somebody just take your property in a country where there is and you are a man? Nigerian men always have upper hand. It's a patriarchal society. So I don't understand how the wife can orchestrate something as gigantic as this. who own the property. If they are your property, like you said, so that means your name is on it. Even if her name is also on it, how did she manage to take them that you can't get them back? I don't know. There's too much to this story that I'm not hearing. Okay, that's just my own personal opinion. About what he has said. People are building on my land.
And what you don't have evidence to. So it was a planned thing.
The evidence was taken?
There's no evidence because you came back, they've moved your load out of the house and you can't see any piece, nothing. Your wristwatches, your awards, your pictures with presidents, everything I got as Emeka Ike was gone. It was just that box I went to America with. So connect my secondary school.
So he said he came back with only a bag, like a suitcase. That's the only thing he had. That all the documents had been taken. But so even if the documents were taken like he said, there are ways when you lose it's like losing your confidential, documents. You lose your important documents. You go and make a police report and you go to wherever you got it from and try to get them back again, because you always have copies in the registrar's office or wherever, land registry and everything. How did she manage to take all these documents and Emeka didn't fight back? A typical Nigerian man, an Igbo man, will keep quiet like that and they will take everything from him. Because I'm going to say exactly what I said in my video. How did she take all this without him? You even, you just accept what Bakadara, they will take your house. They will take your school. They will take all your land. People are even building on your land, your own property. You don't sound like a Nigerian man, no. Go just fold in hands. They look, say, where do I start from? So I don't know. There's too much to this story. Too much to this story that is not clear to me. So I saw it in another. I saw the story somewhere else, and I'm just going to show you what I saw because I'm like, okay, this is deep. 18 years ago, this happened. Because the reason why I'm saying this is that typical Nigerian man will not just fold his hands and go away, especially when he's being robbed of his whatever, all his life, everything that he owns in his life. Somebody will just come and take them. Then he will just go and say, okay, there's nothing I can do. Let's leave it. Kagba for long. No. It's not even man alone, even woman self will go fight. Something that you've worked hard for. Your school. We're talking about a school that brings income. We're talking about property, houses that you build, land that you have. You just walk away. I don't know. I don't know if a woman can do this and get away with it in Nigeria. Not the Nigeria. If you say it's abroad, though, if it's abroad because of the Ilu Ofin Lawa, because we know they have 4 children, right? Let me show you. If it's in the abroad, I will be saying it's possible because I know that it's happened in this part of the world before, where they will tell when there is problem in the marriage, they will tell the man to walk away, and the woman will be in the house with the children and things like that because of the laws in this part of the world. But in Nigeria, it is women that send their wives packing in Nigeria. They send their wife packing. So I don't understand. I've never heard a story before where a man is sent packing to the point that his house is taken, his children are taken, all his land, his school, everything is taken. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe this is a first. I don't know about that. So I was digging around a little bit and I saw, let me show you guys what I saw, my people. I saw something. Because I tried to see if I can see anything on the ex-wife and I couldn't get anything. I don't know if she has any social media presence. I couldn't get anything. But this is what I saw. I saw this where they said, my wife sold all my properties and reduced me to a pauper. Nollywood actor Emeka Ike reveals. Mhm. And then they narrated the story about how, he said that the wife sold the school, St. Nicholas College, worth 480 million in 2017. Ha! Chineke. Uh, and he said that he's in Germany now, where he's now married to a South African woman. The wife rendered him, from riches to rags, according to him. And so these are some of the comments that I want to read. Somebody said, she is innocent. How can your wife sell a husband's property? Did you not put the name in the property? If yes, then stop saying she sold your property. Rather, you say she sold her property. I don't even know the English where this person they write. Man in mouth and public, woman inside the house. I don't know what that one mean. What that one mean? Man in mouth and public, woman inside. I think the person is trying to say that maybe the properties belong to the wife. Okay, so this second comment, it makes more sense. Somebody called Iche Nwaobi Akaji Ofo said Emeka Ike was a gold digger himself. He married her for her wealth. Okay. Then he later started cheating and maltreating her. That he married her, basically what this person is saying, this is hearsay, allegedly, that Iche is saying that he married this Susanna for her money, and that, his time is behaving. Okay, so let me tell you guys, it might sound like, okay, like I said, I'm not trying to be gender biased here, but in a place like Nigeria, this explanation sounds a little bit more plausible for me. But okay, Momo Baba Olowo or a rich man's family married a girl with money, and then if the marriage is not going well, maybe because she's the one that owns everything, it is possible for them to withdraw all that, to collect it or even sell it, because it is the family or the woman that has all that in the first place. If she didn't change her name, some Nigerian women will marry and whatever they had prior to marriage, maybe they gave them anything, or if their parents have money, they give them property, they will include their husband's name. Or some will change the name completely to their husband's name. They will sign it off to their husband. Yes. I've seen things like that happen where our gender, the things they acquired when they were single before they marry, once they marry now, the man will be saying, if you love me, why am I not your husband? Am I not your husband? How come your name is the one? So my gender trying to do the loving wife now will not sign everything to the husband. It happens. But again, what I'm querying is, how is it possible for a man to lose everything that he has in Nigeria to his wife? And he didn't fight. He just went away. I don't know. So he's saying that basically what they are trying to say is that any man that does, what's it called? That does court marriage, the man is a mumu. You shouldn't be in a marriage where the man is the one that is doing this and they are not committed like you. Actually, I saw a post thereafter where somebody was saying that they called off their marriage because of what Emeka Ike said. Somebody actually said it, that they called off their marriage. They were supposed to marry in March. Whether they are just catching cruise these days, you never know what is real and what is fake. Now the person sha posted on Twitter that they were supposed to marry in March. They are engaged, but at the moment he's called off his engagement because of the story that Emeka Ike. I say now person, the real person when you want marry for the right reason, when you believe say you want to do the right thing, just because of celebrity where they talk about your own story that's got nothing to do with you, you'll just wake up one day say, Abi, you dey look for Ogbani, uncle, you dey look for excuse before not to marry. I don't understand because it don't make sense to me. Anyway, this is the story. In the diaspora here, yes, this story very plausible. Okay, not even selling, because even when it comes to sell, everybody is involved. You cannot just sell somebody's property, especially if their name is on it, and you take the money and go. If you own it jointly, you sell it and you still get something. Okay, in some cases they might give the primary caregiver of the children more. I know that. Okay, I've seen cases whereby they sell the property and they will now give the man maybe 20% or 10% and give the woman 90%. Okay, depending on whatever it is they how they judge the matter in court. Okay, but in our Niger that we know, ha, I don't know. Somebody say even that the freeze that always supports men know by the story. He said that he would like to hear from the ex-wife. Me too, I would like to hear from the ex-wife. Oh, if the ex-wife is listening, please, oh, we would like to hear from you. Oh. Your ex-husband said that you took everything, including school. You sold all his property, took all the houses, took everything, and made him a pauper, from a rich man to a pauper. Hmm? So it's similar to what people were saying about. I don't know how many of you heard. What's his name? The other one. Something Obi, Saint Obi. Yeah, Saint Obi. Saint Obi was in the news the other day as well because he died, unfortunately. It was similar to what they were saying about him. They said that it's just allegedly. I don't know how far it's true. Saint Obi too had issues in his marriage. Okay, he had a lot of issues with his ex-wife, and it was around properties and things like that. They said that the ex-wife was very, very wealthy, in that she worked as a, I don't know, CEO or MD, and all that money. Because you see, a lot of all the celebrities, because they are famous, they are known, so they can marry well. They choose and pick the person they want to marry, and usually they want to marry people that have money. The women will marry rich men, be looking for Ned Woko and all the other ones that have privileges. I never see any celebrity wey say marry for love. Say you come marry and money is not involved. No worry. They don't do struggle love. They don't do struggle love. The wife is a senior manager in MTM. God bless you, Slim Shady. Yeah. So there was a lot of talk around that, how she was the one making the money, and he was spending it, and they got into a lot of problems and all that and all that. So this story, how una take see am? BA said, I believe that's why his peers in the movie industry stayed away from him. What I see is a man who is trying to resurrect his acting career and trying to change the perspective people had of him. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, all these Nollywood actors, they marry, they always go for the women with the big bank accounts and big box. The big bank accounts, big house, big money, rich family. They all do that. They do. They do. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this situation? Can a woman actually do this in Nigeria and get away with it? So he said he just left. According to the story, he said he just left. He said he was very, very depressed, obviously, because of that. He even wanted to buy himself. But eventually, he struggled for a long time. He went to Germany and, he left Nigeria for a long time. So what do you guys think about this situation? Because me, I'm struggling to believe, because there are too many holes in the story. They said school. They said house. They orchestrated all these things. I don't know. Anyway, if you've got something to say about this, please jump into the studio. My link is in the comment section. Let's discuss. Emeka Ike, our Nollywood, he used to play very romantic movies. back in the day, is one of the early actors, the ones that started Nollywood. He's very good. I'm not gonna lie. He's a very good actor, and he used to play all these lover boy roles on the in Nollywood movies. Okay, what would have happened that would make, let's say for instance that, okay, the story that he's saying is actually correct. Why would, would a woman just wake up one day? Is it that she doesn't like him anymore, or she doesn't want the marriage? 4 children, look at them, they're all grown now. Can you see? Two boys, two girls. I saw a picture of them now. They are big. They are really, really big. This picture is from 17 years ago, so you can imagine they are all teenagers now, or young adults. So I don't know. I don't know how this is possible. Samolu said a woman will get away with this in Nigeria. Must be a daughter of a powerful politician or from an influential family, or someone that will be well connected. Yes, I agree. If you are well connected, yes. But even if you are well connected, the man will not go away without fight. Oh. There was a case in the northern Nigeria that happened. Sam Olu, I don't know if you heard that case, or any of you here, where this Hausa woman that by her husband because she said that the husband was cheating. She's well connected though, but the woman is, I don't know whether she's still alive now. I think they sentenced her to delete. She's well connected. Both families are well connected. The woman by her husband because she said the husband was cheating. It was a big case a few years ago in Nigeria. Both of them are from, very influential family. They come from family where they have money, they are connected politically, they are known. So what I'm saying is that it's not in our nature as a human being for you to just walk away when somebody is trying to take everything that belongs to you. If you had worked hard for it, you will fight. You will not walk away like that. That's the point I'm trying to say. You're not going to walk away like that, even if it's one house. You're not going to walk away from something. A school of 480 million naira in 2017, you just walk away? No, you're not going to walk away. You go say, oh, Dana, Dana. No, I know they go anywhere. Oh. No, you will fight. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let me hear what others have to say. Honey, babe, hello, darling. Welcome. Unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me, Auntie Bay? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Auntie Bay? Can you hear
Honey,
me?
babe, I can't hear you.
Are you serious? Can you not hear me?
Okay, your voice is a bit low, yeah, but I'm hearing you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Auntie B. I find it quite disappointing that because he's a guy, that people are quite quick to dismiss it. I'm all about not being biased. I know there's bad guys out there and I know there's bad women out there, but I find it quite disappointing that everybody's quick to write off his story
Mm.
just because of his gender. And I find it quite disappointing because if it was a woman, it would be a totally different story. So I'm all about equality of genders.
No, I'm not writing it off totally.
I'm not talking to you, but I'm not talking to you, Auntie B. You're trying to obviously advocate on both sides. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but it's because your volume is very low. They can't hear you.
really. Oh wow.
Yeah, because I had to turn up my mic to hear you.
Okay.
It's not because he's a guy. It's because the story is not adding up, and you need to put it in context. We are talking about Ninja.
I understand, but I think my argument coming from devil's advocate is that even if it was to add up, I still believe that people will be quick to dismiss him. In this case, obviously, I'm not born of. I don't know the system in Nigeria, but I will say this: there was a time my ex-husband had my marriage certificate, and they
Mm.
gave it to me for whatever reason. I had to actually. I was lucky enough to have a cousin who was a lawyer, and they were able to get me a copy of my marriage certificate. But what I'm trying to say is that if
Honey, babe, marriage certificate is important, but it's a document. We are talking about a fortune here. We are
okay,
talking about a fortune, millions and millions and millions. That's what we're talking about. Now,
okay,
let me ask you this:
okay.
if you have, investments,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, even as a woman, you have investments and you've worked hard all your life, which I'm sure he has done because he's an actor.
yeah,
And I'm not saying that he doesn't have things. Of course, he has made money. He was one of the first person and one of the first people in Hollywood. Let's just say between you and I, ordinary people, you've
yes.
worked hard, you've labored, you've invested your money over the years, and because of relationship going bad, somebody now takes everything that belongs to you. Are you gonna walk away?
No, of course not. Nah, nah.
Exactly.
Personally,
That's the only part I'm questioning. I'm not saying that he didn't own property, but is the walking away part? How will he just walk away like that? Will you just at least you will put up a fight?
of course you will. I mean, my husband tried to take my property and I wasn't having it. But I think my problem is not him specifically, and maybe I'm going kind of out of topic. But it just seems to me that as soon as a guy cries, comes onto any type of interview and says my ex-wife, for me personally, it seems that we're not quick to at least allow him to speak his narrative. If the ex-wife, or there's evidence to counter it, and he is proved a liar, then so be it. But it just seems to me like if
They
it's
say
going
they cannot hear you still though. Honey babe, maybe you need to come back. Okay. Yeah, your connection is not very good today. Let me go to Bumi. Yeah. People are saying they can't hear you. I think I'm the only one hearing you. Okay, Bumi, hi, welcome.
Could
Hi.
be. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, darling? Merry
Fine.
Christmas.
I was very good. How was your trip? It's been a long time. This is my first time catching a live since I don't know. I've been
Oh,
busy.
okay. You
Every
have to give me
day.
super chat for that.
I will give you. I will give you. No, no, paper. I will send you paper for cold
all
month.
right, all right, darling.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I agree with you that, and I don't want to second guess. I saw the story. I was like, it's not typical, and I know that there are cases where it's not every case that is usually the typical, but even when how when the late said to be people, there are rumors, they were back and forth. You could hear, or let's say Funke Akindele and JJC. We already, yeah, you can, that dynamic. You could hear, we know back and forth,
Yeah,
but with Emeka Ike, I know probably because it was before social media era, we did not really see him in that interaction. But there are some things that people know for a fact, and
right.
I don't really buy a story, not because I not because of the story, but because I used to have some type of affiliation to some people that worked with not old Nollywood, Uche Jumbo, Kate Enshaw. So I've seen him around a few in passing. I've seen him around, and I've seen his wife. So, and the wife does not look like, and I know you can't judge the book by the cover, but honestly,
Yeah.
the wife does not look like that. Like, you wouldn't even notice she's the wife. She doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look like she's into all this glitz and glamour. She looks like, I'm just here to support you. Let me just be going home. She looks like that kind of person. On
Mm-hmm.
two occasions that I've seen her on two events.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand the skepticism that we all have. Plus, in Nigeria, like you rightfully said, it's almost impossible. Like that also woman that you're talking about, they buy her now. They buy her because she
Yes,
fights
that's what I
somebody.
was trying to say. Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes,
buy
that
her.
Hausa woman. Yeah, you remember her story, right?
I remember her story.
You know
That people
how
were like,
Samolu was saying that, for you to get away with something like that, you need to be connected.
yes,
But when you
yeah.
still, even people that are connected sometimes cannot get away with it.
Yeah, they find her because people were like, she went to court, and they're like, her kids, who will take care of the kid? They're like, one good turn deserves another, or something like that. So she was spied, unfortunately. And this is someone that has a connection, affiliation with wealth. So it's really absurd that even with what he's saying, it doesn't align. It's not looking like, if we're going to be logical about it. I'm not disputing his story. I obviously don't know, but just with the interaction that I've seen with his wife, she doesn't look like the Wahala kind of person. And I've seen them together as a couple two times, and she doesn't look like she's there for the paparazzi. So I think I agree with you. I don't think I actually agree with you. And if it's me that, even as a wife, ordinarily as a wife, you want to get some of what you've put in, then if it's not you that owns it, you are in Nigeria. It's almost impossible for you to be able to take to do that and get away with it. That's my 2 cents. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Bumi. Appreciate you, my darling. What Bumi is saying is that, I haven't had contact with the wife. She doesn't seem like that, but then again, you never know. Appearances can be deceptive, I can tell you. You can tie your head and be doing like you are Jehovah, Jim. But you can be something else indoors. So, yeah, we know that appearances cannot always be trusted, but the only bit that made me to look at this story with my corner eye is because it happened in Nigeria. And I don't know any Nigerian man that will walk away like that. And we are talking of an Igbo man. Igbo men have their pride. We know them for that. To just walk away like that, say, oh, I don't want to fight, so let me just leave them. They will strip you of everything you've ever worked for. All your properties, your investment, your school, your children, everything. You just walk away. Haba. That's what I'm saying. That is the only bit of the story that I'm thinking, what happened there? What happened? Okay. Abby, welcome. How are you, love? Merry Christmas.
Auntie B to the Queen B. Good evening, ma. Merry Christmas to you. I say it's
Yeah.
been a while. You've not heard my voice. Merry Christmas to you. Wishing you and your family very happy
Thank you.
Christmas and happy New Year. Welcome back. Thank God for safe trip. Everything went well. So,
Thank
anyways, I
you.
said let me give you. You were missed. That was what I
Thank
said. I
you.
said let me. I'm at work, but I said no. I need to tell you you were missed. Anyways, let me not waste much of your time. George Judy used to say this thing: if it doesn't make sense, then it's not true.
Hmm.
I'm not saying his side of the story is not true, but that if it doesn't make sense, because when you're narrating a story, somehow some people are supposed to make sense out of it. But if it's not making sense, then something is not right, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I say A is 1 plus 1 is equals to 1, and we are arguing why is half or 3/4 not equals in, then it has to be straightforward so that 1 plus 1 is just 2. There's no
Mm-hmm.
argument. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that to say, I think I put it in the chat earlier on. My own part of this is my half cent. They should go and be this day and age. They should hire PRO specialists or get
Mm-hmm.
trained a little bit because they were asking. He came to promote his new movie.
Okay, it has a
If
new
he
movie.
Yes, it was. If you listen to the whole video, the judge he matter for wife matter. Now towards the end of the interview, now Uncle come begin talk movie. So this is why I'm saying this is my accent. That if all like he's just coming back now, times have gone by and he's coming back again to limelight and all that. They should be hiring PR special that will be training them on interview because
They don't want to
you
spend money.
But you yourself too, there are things they say where you can do and work on yourself on public speaking skills because you can. They tell you, okay, talk about the movie. There are sometimes definitely that thing. There's no way that, especially public figure, right? This kind of thing has happened. It will always creep up. You will see even public figure in the abroad. When things happen, they are coming to promote movie. Something about their personal life, but there's a way you can just talk the thing, shift the matter, focus on the movie where you they promote. He called.
Is it his own production or is it in another person's movie?
It's another person's movie because even the look on this thing, you will see the guy was like, oh, he never feel narrate the story. But if you listen very well, all he was trying to explain was that he's in a movie, he's in a set, and the director wants him to have this look. So that's
Ah.
why the look he has now is like somebody that have money. That was the role he was playing. So that's why the current look he has on his face with the
Because
hair
I'm
that
wondering, maybe why is he talking about it 17 years later? Also, you think this is a comeback to Nollywood?
Yes, he's a comeback to
Ah,
Nollywood because he has a new
ah,
movie. If you listen to this thing that you were playing, the initial video, it's a long one, but towards the end, he started talking about the movie that he came to promote. So that's why I say my
ah.
whole 5 cents. I don't know who talk true, who not talk true, but again, if it doesn't make sense, it is not true. But the bottom line is, if you are coming for interview, sha, no, put yourself together because if you come, they ask you question, you they talk A, you they talk Z. Now, you see, now a lot of people now they don't even know he's coming to promote a new movie. What have
Because
shadowed that interview is this marriage matter.
of course, of
Uh-huh.
course.
So this is my
Who
absence.
care
This is
about movie when there's tea about your marriage?
exactly, exactly. So this is my absence. This is all I
People
have to say.
connect to negative stories. They don't care about
Exactly.
movie.
Now he come now begin the judge matter they talk
Oh
and the
my
thing is
God.
he could not narrate the story well. Auntie B, They cannot take your time. I love you so
Thank you,
much.
my dear. I
Merry
love you,
Christmas.
darling. Merry
Thank you so
Christmas.
much.
Bye, darling. Okay. I didn't even know it was promoted because I didn't watch. I didn't even know Ebuka is still doing Robin Minds. I was surprised to see it. I didn't even know, honestly. Okay, honey, babe, 2 seconds so that I get Man of Prestige here and we can wrap it up.
Okay. Again, it doesn't matter whether he's promoting or not. That's not the issue here. I just think that if it was a woman, she would get a fair shout, even with the fact that even later on, if there were discrepancies with her story, we would still give her the same respect and at least listen to her story. That's when people go to police for DV, they will still investigate it and accept the story and then do the investigation. That's all I'm saying. I don't like the hypocrisy that is one rule for one gender and one rule for another. That's all I'm saying. He may be whatever he is, he may be a liar, he may actually be a DV perpetrator, but I just believe that it should be a case where we're fair to both genders. That's all I wanted to say, Auntie B.
Okay, I got you. Thank you very much, my
Take care.
darling.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we should absolutely be fair to both gender. We should, definitely. I see what you mean because men don't even talk. They don't talk. So when we see men who are talking, yeah, we should listen. Augusta Go said the man interviewing him actually was surprised. He spoke so much about his marriage. He told Emeka that he wasn't expecting so much. Oh, okay. Ben, abeg, I no get power for you this evening. It's Christmas. Carry your wahala dey go. Na me and Man of Prestige go end the show. Dey go, abeg. You set me back. Your conspiracy theory. I no get power for you tonight. Man of Prestige, hello, welcome. Ola, how are you?
Hey, Auntie B, can you hear me?
Yes, my dear. What's up?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oga, Ekbole. Ṣé ti dé díẹ̀ dé láti Naija?
Kí la fẹ́ ṣe? Kí la fẹ́ ṣe? À ń faragba òtútù, kí la fẹ́ ṣe?
Oh, got you. All right. Shout out to the Obodo's fam. I see you all in the chat. Sherry, let me speak English, Sherry. This conversation, right, is he brought the gender war.
Right.
All right. Nobody is bringing gender war into this. He brought the gender war. If you listen to the full video, that was the overall vibe I was getting from what he was trying to do. So no one is going to tell me not to gender war men or women when they bring the gender war themselves. If they start that way, then we have to kind of like take it from that way, or else we're not listening to them. That would be us not listening to them. Okay, if a person Samolu, shout out to you, bro. So if a person, I need to cover the chat so I can focus on what I'm saying. If a person is if they want to advise young people and they start with these ladies, abi these men, and their advice starts and end there, I personally will look at them sideways.
Right.
Especially if they claim that they're coming from some kind of toxic situation. There are two things. There is, do we believe he suffered in that relationship? Yes, but just because you suffered does not mean it's the fault of the other person. It does not mean it's your fault either. It could just be you don't know what you're doing. Right? So I think a lot of people are mixing. That's where we hear being dismissive. Like, no, we're not being dismissive. We're not his family. We're listening to this in the public space. And if he brings it to the public space, then we will just naturally analyze it.
I should have watched the whole of that video. Big Bay said that he had Man of Prestige. He said absolutely, even through jabs at
Yabo Ojo collect now.
Yabo Ojo.
Who collect? Yabo Ojo collect now.
What did Yabo Ojo do? What has that? Is she in the movie?
He said when somebody run to the internet, Yabo Ojo will just take the story and start yelling everywhere. You know, when somebody is being sarcastic like that, it's a sign that they haven't learned anything.
He did that? He actually said that?
Yep.
Wow. That was low.
Yeah. So there are two things I look for when somebody is narrating their story, especially if they're supposed to be a professional. If they are being sarcastic, that is a sign, a telltale sign that they haven't learned anything serious. This is only considering if they're trying to give advice, so they can be sarcastic as a normal person. If they are being condescending and they claim to be giving a serious advice to young people, and they are being condescending, that is also a telltale sign, right? Especially somebody who is trying, especially if he's trying to promote a movie. There are ways that he can say what he has to say, and he doesn't have to throw a whole group of people under the bus. If you throw a whole group of people under the bus, it tells me that yes, number one, you oti collect shegen.
He even called he shouldn't have, this is what Barry was saying about public speaking. How do you call somebody
Shout out to
who is
Eddie.
an advocate? You not call the person out and say, if we speak now, come on now. That's not necessary.
Yeah, so yes, he did call out Segun Arinze, but that's for a different reason entirely. The overall sense I'm getting from him is that he's a guy who does not, he has a hard time holding himself accountable. There was nothing he said where he held himself accountable. There was zero, right? The first thing, once he started with the piracy issues of the industry from years ago. And then at that point, I knew that, okay, this is a guy who will not be able to hold himself accountable. He blamed everything else but the industry itself.
On other people.
On other people.
Different situations.
You know? So it's very difficult for me to take his full story as the absolute story. I agree that man has suffered in the hands of his self in terms of his relationship. Right, but in terms of men, because the advice he gave, he said he feels sorry for men. That's his overall take. He feels sorry for men.
That tells me something about his mindset.
Yeah.
When you are sharing your own pain, and because you feel like somebody and man of prestige, Ola, this is 17 years ago. He's moved on. He's married to somebody else now.
So it's not over it.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
not over it. There are ways to tell that story in a way that it doesn't drag anybody else.
You are saying, I feel sorry for men.
Yeah,
that
he said he feels sorry for these young men. And then he went on to talk about, he made it sound very good, right? He said, when you are investing into a person that's not investing in you. See, it sounds cute on paper when you say things like that. But the reality is that mindset is a competition mindset. If you have that mindset, don't go into marriage. Don't do it. You know, because if I'm already into a lady, right, and I'm going into marriage, I already feel like I want to give to this person. I can't wait to be around them. But if I'm already measuring how much I invest in them as measured against how much they invest in me, it's pointless. Don't do yourself like that. Just stay single and enjoy your life.
Somebody called Esther said, Emeka did, put his hands on his wife so much severally that she ran for her dear life.
So now let me push back against that. That was the tabloid that he should have focused on, right? He should have focused. That was the tabloid, and everybody take that. Everybody takes tabloid as the truth now, and they will run with it.
They said that he was asking the interviewer, "Are you married?"
yeah, and he said he felt sorry. So when you come with that tone, like I number one, I believe, sir, if you don't collect shege from that relationship, but number two, you have not learned anything. That's why you're talking like that. You have not, and you're not going to help anybody. If anything, now since yesterday, a bunch of men are saying never marry, never marry. I'm not saying. See, the issue is this: if you say never marry, your words are disconnected from your face because you seem like you want marriage, and if you enter that marriage with that mindset, you will collect.
Yeah. Somebody even said they canceled their engagement because of the interview. Does it sound like someone that actually wanted to marry?
You shouldn't have been trying to marry, Baba.
If you can cancel your own engagements based on what somebody you've never met in your life before is saying on social media.
You shouldn't have been trying to talk about marriage at all.
Yeah, no. Whoever the person was engaged to is should go and do Thanksgiving in church.
Exactly. That person now, that God has saved that person,
Yeah, they were not ready. And the thing, marriage, I think, Ola, we need to start really, really making this statement that it's not for everybody. It's okay not to marry.
It's not. It's not
for everybody.
It's not. I interviewed a couple, and I was telling them during this series of this pre-launch we're doing that we're gonna have you tomorrow, by the way. I interviewed them, and they were trying to convince me because I said I don't sell marriage. I don't think I need to sell marriage to people
Because
that
it's
should
a
be looking
personal
at it.
choice. It's a
Yeah.
personal decision.
If I have to sell marriage, then I start looking at you like I before by 40. If you ask me to like prove to you why marriage is good, I might take some time to give you like my 7 points benefit of marriage, but that 7 points might not be valuable to you as a human being. You know, so at that point in time, even my 7 points becomes useless. Again, so yeah, that's why if somebody also come into my conversation and say, but marriage is not for everyone, I also push against them because this conversation is about marriage. Why are you here? I also push against them too. But you are right, Auntie B. The reality of the human experience is that it has never been for everyone.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. So when somebody say they don't want to marry, that's your life. Your life. It's only on social media in this day and age that you see a full-grown adult, Baba Abi Mama, grown in every area of life. They have their own capacity and mental faculties intact.
Benny.
Will make a decision about their own life.
Yeah.
And somebody else will be angry about it. You are not related to them. You don't know them, and you'll be questioning them. But how dare you? How dare you make that? What is your business? Oh, the shop guy. Is it your life? It's not your life.
Now, I guarantee you somebody just heard everything we just said in the last 2 minutes and they are taking it as, so is the woman innocent? No, we never said that.
Of course, she's not innocent. It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Me, I believe that, for every marriage that works, it takes two people to make it work. Every marriage that has collapsed, it takes two people to make it collapse. That's my own take on it. All right?
Yep.
But the thing is that the person that is not speaking, you never know. Remember when we did a show once upon a time this year, I believe, at Morin. How many of you remember Morin's story? The husband came out and with his full chest. That college professor, how many of you remember him? With his full chest, Delta man, he's from Urobo man, was saying that all these women in America, they are bad. They did it. They did that. Said so many things.
Abba, speak for yourself. The women you've been attracting are bad for you. Clearly.
When the
speak for yourself.
We couldn't, in fact.
I think I remember. Yeah, the nurse lady from California.
The nurse lady, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Guess what happened? When I went to Dubai in July, I went to Dubai with my kids in July for holiday. I saw a lady in a store. I'm always going to go to souk every day. I think that's why I like going to Dubai. Me and my obsession with gold. And this lady was like, she's like, I know you. I'm like, well, no. They are from America. I think they're a group of them traveling. She told me that she's Morin's younger sister.
Oh, wow.
She told me, she now started telling me that she was the one that bought the ticket that brought that man to America.
Wahala.
She said what the family have seen in that so-called marriage. She now said, I was like, wow.
Delenko, everybody might collect me. Everybody in the family.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, everybody will tell a story from their own perspective, the way they understand it. But exactly. I like what you said, man of prestige. When, as much as you are in pain, try to think about the other person's pain as well when you are narrating that story, especially if you are telling it in a public space.
Yeah.
Don't make yourself sound like, oh, I'm an angel, I did everything right. Is that other person that was the devil? Whether it's a woman that is telling the story or a man, it doesn't matter. You contributed to it. Yep.
You contributed to it, and the only thing you can control is what you did, the part you played. You can't control other people. So if everything you learn from that is these women, these men, if that's the only thing you learn from your trauma, you need to keep working because you're not there yet.
Yes, this man was talking about RN. All this RN in America, just because of his own singular story, decided to paint all the RN in America as they are the devils. I'm like, Oga, how many RN have you been in relationship with or marriage? You married one. Face the one you marry and leave all the other people alone. There are thousands of RNs in America that are married. They are happy. Nobody's complaining. Their husband even loves them.
Everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. The couple I was talking about, they are both RNs, and I brought them on just to
It's how people always want their
showcase,
story to become everybody's story
Yeah.
because of your story is
But
negative.
but
You
they're
need
also
everybody's
very
story.
quick to tell you that it's anecdotal. They will tell you it's that person's experience. That one person does not like. Well, you can never help them, and that's the issue with all this kind of stuff. When people are not ready to be helped, you can't help them. They will find a reason to make their own experience the absolute truth. And that's what's going on. And that's what's going on, in my opinion, my personal opinion, with the Emeka story. It's not a matter of he's telling lies. It's that where's the rest of the story?
Yeah, but you see, the funny thing about people that are canceling their engagement and people he giving advice for people that he's worried about them, they shouldn't, people that don't want to marry and whatever, is your that's your choice. But he's also remarried. So if he didn't like marriage, why is he married again?
Part of him, no, anybody can get married. It's the question of, can you stay married? That's where a bunch of people struggle. A lot more people struggle.
Yeah.
You know, anybody, especially of his status, can get married anytime they're ready.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, can that person?
What I can say, what I perceive from everything I Google, I did a quick Google search. I think it was a very messy divorce.
Yes, it was messy. Yes, definitely.
It was very messy.
And by the way, he doesn't know where his children are right now, according to him. Towards the end of that interview, he claims he doesn't know where the children are.
We've been seeing that a lot on social media. We saw the story of Dotun, and then we saw the story of the other Buchi, the comedian, the other day. That was hard. He was calling out his in-laws. So that's a real thing now, where families who have some level of comfort or privilege will just take the wife when there's a problem and take the kids and japa.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a problem, the man having access to the children.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody said Emeka, Jim Ike, all remarried and reliving their exes. Now, the ones that I've seen in terms of recent interviews with Jim Ike, he is very responsible to the way he tells his story of his ex.
Yeah, he did.
So if you're looking for a good example, go and look at the last two.
I really liked how Jim Ike addressed that.
Yes.
He said, I was a good father, but I was a very horrible husband. That's somebody that has some level of accountability.
Yeah. I need to hear it.
We didn't see that in Emeka Ike's story.
Yes.
He had himself. It takes a very big man. When I mean big, I mean metaphorically.
Yeah, you mean mature.
Mature for you to hold yourself accountable to say, you know what, I did this.
After you don't collect shego, remember we're not discounting that you collect shege. We're just after you don't collect shege, it's in your best interest to learn how to speak in public without looking like you are dragging a whole group of people under the bus. And if you don't learn how to do that, again, people like me will come off as dismissive. I don't mean to be dismissive, but we can see through it. That's all we're saying.
So they said that the court gave the kids to Emeka Ike. I think I read it there that the court gave, I think, 2 of the children to him during the divorce. So Augusta God is saying the court gave the kids to Emeka during the divorce. So he has to explain why he can't find the kids.
Voila.
So I'm assuming that it was maybe when he wanted to jackpot, when he wanted to leave Nigeria.
Yes. So I don't know the full thing, but from what he said in that Robin Mind video, it's like he put the papers together to try to move forward, to help them, and then to help the kids move forward. It sounds like he might have helped them get to Germany or something like that with the mother, and now he no longer can find them. So, but there's a bunch of holes in between that story.
That story, I beg. I don't care. It don't make sense to me. No, it doesn't make sense. It's just too much. I came back. They collected my school. They collected my house. They collected everything and disappeared. Come on now. Now it sounds like a movie.
No, it started with It started with the government with their policy just removed the industry from under us. They changed DVDs to decoders. So all of us lost our jobs. That's what it started with. Again, lack of accountability. Every business must be prepared to pivot, to evolve. If you're not prepared, see that tone, the way you handle certain conversations is how you handle everything else in life.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? That tone from that point.
for going to decoders. It's
No,
like
no,
blaming
that's
Netflix
easier.
now.
He's blaming the people. He's calling them thieves. The people that were pirating were the thieves. The people that love them, that love their work, are now the thieves. Because they found a way to get to their work, instead of you figuring out how to continue to holding yourself accountable and responsible for how you monetize your work. You're blaming the people, because that's what the government is. You're blaming them, and you're not saying, hey, in the future, this is how we're going to make sure we're paying attention to technology.
Yeah, we have to be futuristic and think of scenarios that are likely to happen, so that we'll strategize ourselves to make sure that we're not going to be caught unawares.
Yeah.
That's what it means to be in business. You don't just sit down and you think. It's just like, since the pandemic happened now, the way the economies across the world run now, nobody knew, but
Yeah.
people are changing. Everything is changing.
Everything is changing. We can't blame anybody else. You can try, but you don't really gain anything from blaming other people. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. And lastly, man of prestige, I want to ask you this, because the Silver Family Journey said he doesn't sound like he's happy in his current marriage. I find that people who always dwell on their exes,
Yeah.
especially when they are so bitter and they keep talking about their ex, even though they are remarried, like your friend Daddy Freeze. You don't always
Daddy
look
Freeze
like,
not collect for no reason. But anyway, they will say, they also tend to say for
are
no
they
reason.
happy? Are they happy?
Oh Lord.
Always talking about your. Why are you always talking about your ex? Why?
So the thing is that it's not, there's no absolute, right? But it's highly unlikely, if you're talking about your ex in a very bitter way, it's highly unlikely that you're happy in your present situation. It's just energy. There's only so much energy you have, right? And you're spending all this energy, spiritual, mental energy.
Augusta God knows a lot about this case more than us. Augusta said that it was not the wife that took the school. The owner of the property took Emeka to court and he lost.
Yeah, so he was claiming that the wife might have ganged up against with some people, basically as a traitor. That's
not the owner of the property. Did they rent the place they were using to do the school? I don't understand.
He said they took
normally
paperwork. No, they can rent now. They can rent. If this is in the middle of Magodo or somewhere busy like that, they might rent. Yeah, to be in the place where everybody can access. So he a lot of things he was saying. He wasn't just blaming the wife. He was blaming some other people that the wife might have colluded with against him. It's basically the world against him, and then in order to make it all inclusive, is the world against men. And when you do that, I'm sorry, I cannot. Your words just lost credibility for me personally, because there are good people. There are good people in the world. There are bad people. There are good men in the world. There are bad women. There are good men, there are bad men. There are good women, there are bad men. If you're having bad experiences, sure, you can say this person did something to you, but if you really want to get to fixing that, after having similar experiences over time, you're the common denominator. You need to start looking at yourself. Like, what is it about you that's attracting that situation? And yes, we can still be wrong. When we are wrong, if you've done the work and we are wrong, we will let you know at that time. You probably won't be talking like Emeka Ikesha. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot to learn from there. What I think is that is difficult for men to move on from a marriage, especially if they've invested in that marriage. I think that's what JR is saying. It's difficult to move on.
I think because the first marriages were there.
Gone, even though time has passed, they still feel hurt from whatever happened between them and all that.
I mean, I just think in general, breakfast is hard. Breakfast
is hard, though.
It's hard, yeah. So I think we can all agree on that, and that's precisely the reason why people need to do the work, because no matter who you are, everybody you are passing through, even if it's just Kerewa, everybody you're passing through will leave some type of impact on you. And that impact is not, there's a reason why, people will say, oh, we mutually broke up. No, Loriro, something happened and it probably left an impact on you, and you need to assess that, make sure you know what is going on,
Okay, so guys, before I let Ola go, we have a book launch tomorrow. Ola has written a book. I don't know if you guys are aware. And I'm going to be on his show tomorrow. I'll share it in my community page. Please join us. It is going to be, what time is it in your local time there? It's going to be
Um,
7 p.m., which is quite late here. But
yes,
over there at yours, it's 5 p.m., isn't it?
yes, and Auntie B is doing it for us. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. 5 p.m. No, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. 10 p.m. Niger, London time. So,
Nigeria and London doesn't have the same time now, Olao.
oh, it's backed up. Okay, so it's London time, 5 hours, and then Nigeria will probably be behind by one more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
by one more. Yeah,
Oh,
so it might
okay.
be Niger time, maybe 11. 11.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're talking about the book is about red flags. You
Yes.
never do red flags. It's we that are always doing red flags. Why you decide to go and write a book about red flags? Only you know.
Ah,
Hmm.
well, you didn't get to the book yet. I'm guessing,
No, I
because you have a
haven't.
copy.
Oh. I
Okay.
haven't. I, you
It
know,
will
I,
make
I traveled. Hmm.
yeah,
I
it will make
started
sense to
it.
the readers. Yeah.
I read the preface, but I've not started reading
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
because everybody's talking about red flags, so we cannot ignore red
we
flags.
are the ones that are always talking about red flag. You always tell us that if we always talk about red flag, that's the only thing we will see. So we'll
So we're
stop
on a
talking
mission.
about it.
So Lola and I were on a mission about this one. So,
Okay.
when you pick up the book, and we will talk more about that on the show tomorrow too.
All right.
But I think any type of DV story is one too many. We're not going to wait until it's 98% of marriages. If it's 1%, it's too much, and we need to address it. And that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you about that tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So guys, join us tomorrow on Man of Prestige. We'll be there tomorrow to talk about the marriage thing. This marriage thing. We'll see you there.
thank you so much, Auntie B.
All
I
right.
appreciate you. All
No
right, everybody,
wahala.
Obodo fam. We'll see
Okay.
you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Yep.
Bye. Okay, that's Ola, Man of Prestige. I'll be on his channel tomorrow. Please join us. He's written a book and we're going to be talking about it. Even though you don't read, don't worry, just come. You will learn something because it's about early signs of red flags. And these are things that can help you to, potentially see if there's going to be trouble in paradise tomorrow. Beno, what's up, my brother? Merry Christmas.
Hey, Auntie B, Merry Christmas in advance.
Yeah,
Okay.
welcome.
Yes, man. I see say you and Brola don't dissect the whole matter. And Brola, as a relationship coach, of course, he has to analyze the whole thing and break it down. But I
Mm-hmm.
have a slight opinion from the general opinion. Now, to
Okay.
start with, I am not condoning or defending Emeka based on bro code. No. But I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted us to look at the circumstances for which he came out and start talking about his ex. He
Mm-hmm.
was on that interview to promote the upcoming movie, like everyone said. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess the interviewer, the host, was itching to
Mm-hmm.
ask him about what happened in his marriage. So, and that's when he started talking in terms of general terms and summarily. He did not actually went into detail, and I believe he was kind of moving in and out between what happened in his marriage and what was happening to him as an actor back then. So if we don't kind of listen to that interview very well, we might possibly mix things up. Are you hearing me, Auntie B?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, cool. So we might possibly mix things up. So I wanted to kind of like quickly highlight my take from that interview.
Mm-hmm.
Almost talking about losing his property, his wife taking over his property and stuff like that. He was talking about how he was being attacked in the industry. He was having issue with, I think they call these people, is the Actors Guild of Nigeria or something. He was
Mm-hmm.
having issue with them at that point in time, and those people were fighting him real hard. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, he was having issue in his marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So while Emeka is a very stubborn guy, I know him very well back then. Not like know him up and
You know him
close.
physically. You know
No, no,
him.
no, no, not
See me,
up
I
and
see
close.
you.
No, 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 not up and close. But back then, when I used to do some blogging and all that, we used to follow all these guys, Ramsey Noah, Jim Ike, and Emeka Ike. Those are like the top Nollywood guys plus Seth
So
Obi.
what I want to ask you, Ben, just to summarize because I want to end now, is do you think? I know he was, like you said, he wasn't there to talk about marriage, but he ended up talking about it anyway. What
Yes.
he said, knowing where we are coming from, Niger, how possible is that to happen to a man in Nigeria to lose everything? Houses, property, school worth 480 million, land, your land, seeing somebody building on it, and you just walk away.
Yeah, that's why I said we have to watch the interview and take it apart. When he said he lost properties, me particularly, I did not hear him said his wife took all his property. Maybe I missed that part.
Which part of the video did you watch, Ben?
Just
You are
wait,
confusing
Auntie
me.
B.
I thought you said you
What I
watched it.
Yeah, I did. What I heard him saying was that he lost his school to the power that being, and at the same time
No,
he came
no.
back.
He said his wife took everything. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming. His school battle is one at one end, and the other one was when he came back home. According to what he was saying, his properties were already gone. People were taking his property away. There was nothing. So I don't believe that too. Like I said, I'm not defending him. I don't believe most of what he said. But knowing Nigeria for what we are now, our society is, there are some element of truth in what he's saying. For instance, in Lagos, I kept saying this. I grew up in Lagos. If you own property in Lagos and you are not a Lagos indigene, my brother, anytime they want to decide to take that stuff from you, unless you have a governor C of O, a governor letter, a governor document that said this land belongs to you, you can lose it. We don't have judiciary in Nigeria.
I don't
So
know what you're
that's what
talking
I'm
about,
saying.
Ben. I
No,
don't think
what
you
I'm
watched
talking
that thing.
about is this, Auntie B. If we just want to look at, he modeled a lot of things up. Like
No,
many
no, no,
people
no,
have
no, no,
said.
no. Hold on. You are confusing me, Ben. He said that he lost his properties to his ex-wife. That's what he said. He didn't say Lagos state government. He didn't say Atos Guild of Nigeria. He didn't call any other person.
Where Lagos state government comes in, I'm not saying Lagos state government directly involved in this matter. He said they closed down his school. His wife is not the one that shut his school.
He
Oh,
said that his wife was colluding with people. It's his wife that he alleged that took everything from Ben. You are giving me a headache now
no,
because obviously you didn't watch that video.
Auntie B, no. That's why I said he mixed a whole lot of things together. Which
How
of
did
course,
you know?
it
First
shouldn't
of all,
have
you
come.
say he's very stubborn and you don't know him. Now you are saying he mixed it up. Do you know his story better than him?
Auntie
I
B,
don't understand.
we all don't know his story better than him, but we know that from what he was saying, there are a lot
He
of
was
holes in
confused.
what he's saying.
He was
We
confused.
Yes, and I don't think it's a good platform for him to mix up his personal struggles in his career with what happened in his marriage. So that's why I'm just trying to cut him some slack that he mixed a whole lot of stuff together and he got everybody confused now. So it's like, oh, this guy is saying
You
two at
have
the same
gotten
time.
me very confused now. Like he got you confused. Now you succeeded in making me confused now.
No, Auntie B. Honestly, Auntie B, just play the video back again. Just watch it from the
No,
beginning again.
I,
From
I played the video already. We
from
just
the
see what he
point
said.
when the guy asked him that he wanted to ask him something personal, he can decide to talk about it or not. That is where he lost everybody with everything he was narrating. So I'm not defending him. I'm just going by what he said.
Honey babe is asking you, say, Bra Ben, what are you saying? I thought I'm the only one that's confused, Ben. Well, Ben, all the time you were trying to do devils and you were playing devils. Can't you just talk? I don't even know what to say. Can't you just stick to the story? Must you always try to bring angle that doesn't exist? I don't understand. Eh?
Anthony, the angle is clear. Oh. He
He said
accused his wife and he's
said
also
that the
accusing
wife
people in the
told all
movie
the children
industry.
in the school to go home, pay. School has closed. There's no school anymore. And Augusta, that knows the story even more than me, said that the property of the school self, Gong was was rented. Me, I didn't know that he can even rent property to do school.
But Auntie B, do you agree that everything he said about his wife is a lie? I
No,
don't think
no, no,
everything he
no. I
said
didn't
about his
say
wife
it's
is
a
a
lie.
lie.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
what me, Auntie B, what me I just have issue with is he mixing everything up in that interview. He should have granted another interview where he can talk about his relationship, his marriage, and not when he's trying to promote a movie and then you brought your wife in just because you say it relates to you and all that. That's just my stand.
I don't say, I'm not saying he lied. What I'm saying is that it's not plausible for what he has said to happen in Nigeria. Just like that, because I know where we are coming from, of which we've asked all the people that are watching tonight, how is that plausible? Even men and women. I even asked Honey Babe. And Honey Babe, made a strong point that, it's very easy for people to discredit men when they talk their own story, which is true, because he's a man. I take that on board. Do you
Thank you.
understand?
Thank you.
But I thought you said you're not doing bro code. Is it not bro code you are doing now?
No, it's not broke though. I'm just trying to let us at least cut him small slack now. Auntie B. That's just what I'm saying. Maybe we just
Which
put it
one is slack? What is slack? Or what are we cutting? Did we cut the ex-wife slack? We don't know them. These things are not personal, Ben. We talk about it because we want to draw out the lessons from it so that people can learn. It's never personal. I don't know him. You say he's a stubborn man, and you don't know him, oh,
No, Emeka is stubborn, to be frank. That's why I'm not defending when he
because
talks
he's
about.
acting as a stubborn person means that he's stubborn in real life.
No, I work with some guys who are in the same production crew with him at times when they do stuff behind the scene and all that. So that's how I get to know that.
Okay, it's possible. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
what he said. He said that the wife made some false allegation against him, DV allegation, which he said they are lies, and it's based on that she ended the marriage and took everything from him. That's the summary of what he said. Okay, so I'm not saying he's lying or that the ex-wife didn't do that. I'm saying what I'm questioning is, something like this gigantic, something like this, with losing all this 480 million property, houses, land in Nigeria, and you just walk away without a fight. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he's a very, very calm, angel spirit that doesn't want wahala, so he just walk away. It's possible.
no, Auntie B, he didn't just walk away. Like I said, he's a stubborn guy. He had a lot of issue with so many people back then. And when your lawyer look at your case and say, guy,
You
the
don't have
best
case.
alternative is to walk away.
You know what somebody said in the comment section
Uh,
earlier when we started? Somebody said that it's possible that they were owing money in the bank. And, that is a very, very good explanation to why maybe you lost. Because, in Nigeria, when you want to take loan, you
yeah.
use collateral and you use land or property or house or things like that. So when the person said that, it's like, that's making sense. Maybe they were owing money that the land moved in to take it or whatever. But he said a lot and we don't really know,
Yeah,
what is what in
he
that.
said too many stuff under short minutes. That's just my take. He said a lot that he shouldn't have talked about at all. And
Yeah.
this is the problem. So,
No,
and
it's okay to talk about it, but, talk like Jim Ike. A lot of men can learn from Jim Ike.
Auntie B, Nigerian men cannot talk like Jamaica.
No, you have to talk like Jim Ike because that is the only way that you can move forward. You see, Man of Prestige explained it. This man, according to the interview, everything he said there was zero accountability. Even in his career, he was blaming everybody.
Yeah.
Jim Ike knew that he effed up, but he held himself up and said, you know what? Yeah, in hindsight, that is the sign of a mature person. And we all know that Jim Ike na gra person now. We all know him is in terms
Yeah.
of his character and everything. But he's come into his own. In fact, I was so proud of him to hear him talk like that. I'm like, wow, he's done the work on himself. He's grown up. He's matured. Look at him. He never said one negative word about his ex-wife. He talked about the issues in the marriage. And he talked about how he may have, whether knowingly or unknowingly contributed to it and all that. So I think the learning there for us all is that sometimes look back and see, okay, this person did this to me. What me, I did this too. Maybe if I'd done this differently, we would have had a different outcome.
Yeah.
That's it. I think it's very, very important in human relationships for us to always, admit our own wrong, and in places that we made some mistake. Don't paint yourself as a saint, because there are no saints. We are all sinners. There are no
Yeah.
saints. We are all sinners, especially in this marriage of a thing. We are all sinners every day that forgive one another every day. So if things come scatter, you have to just, hold your hand up and say, you know what? Okay, I did this, I did this, I did this. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I understand that.
Mm.
I quite get it. Like I said, I am not like supporting what he did or what I'm just saying that he unpacked too much inside a very small period of interview. And
Me, I didn't even know. I ended up not even knowing that he was promoting movie, because nobody's talking about the movie now. It's his marriage we're talking about. Oh, Rayelode.
and just one last thing at B.
Mm.
This issue of men being bitter after divorce, and no matter how long they are still bitter. I think any man who don't have access to their kids, I'm just saying, any man
Mm.
who don't have access to their children after divorce, it
Mm.
doesn't matter how long, they will always
They will always be
demonize
bitter.
the woman. They will
Mm.
always demonize their ex. They will always look at their ex as evil. So that's why, to me, when I look at people like DF and now adding Emeka to the same situation, you know, these guys will never see their ex in a good light, just because of that disconnection they have with their kids. Now, I understand that, because I'm going to cut the women some slack too. As a man, I believe if you want to see your children, you can see your children no matter what. No matter how the woman is saying get wahala rich. If you really want to see your children, by the time you start giving the woman headache, she will get to a point where she would rather say, you know what? I think I'm tired with this man wahala. Okay, see your children. If you want to call them, call them. If you want to talk to them, talk to them. But if you lay back and you are expecting a woman that thought she was going to have this beautiful long-term marriage with you, and somehow along the line you disappointed her, if you think she's just going to give you that free access to see the children, I don't think it works like that in places like Nigeria,
You
where we
know,
don't
my,
have a
my,
law.
my own stance about this denying fathers access, I never support it. You know my stand on that.
Of course.
I'm always encouraging and advising women on my platform. Please, irrespective of what happened, the only reason why you can tell me that a father should not have access to her children, if you think that maybe he is posing some kind of harm to the children. Otherwise, there's no justification for you saying using children as pawns in your games of divorce, saying that you don't want to see children. I don't want you to see I don't agree with it. It's wrong. Until oda, I don't like it. It's not right,
Exactly.
because at the end of the day, divorce is between two adults. The children are innocent, they've got nothing to do with it. So allow them access to their parents. Both parents, they need both parents. But if you now don't want to make the effort, like somebody that I know that said that they said the phone that they used to talk to them, he can only text. Your children are grown. You can't go and buy them a phone so you can talk to them.
God bless you, Auntie B. These are the things
I
that
beg.
I subscribe to. If you really want to see your children, if you really want to communicate, you will see them. Nowadays, kids from 10, 12 years old, they are on social media. No matter, there's no way their mom can cage them, and you say you don't have access to them. I think the only problem is when the woman suspect that if the children come over to you, you may likely take them away from her completely. That is when
Yeah.
she will be trying to block you from having that physical contact with them. But saying I don't talk to my children, I don't have access to them. That's why sometimes when I hear DF talk that thing, they piss me off too. Like,
And you even come and be saying it on social media.
exactly, they
You
piss
are
me
raising
off.
another man's children, and you are every day saying that I don't have
Imagine,
access to my children. I'm not saying my
no,
children.
no, no. So
Me, I don't understand it though.
I don't take all that, but I think that is where many of these my Niger men they come from. Once they don't have full control over their children, because to be candid, there are some men that the way they treated their wife, the way they controlled their wife when they were married, after divorce, they still believe that they can still control her the same way. So they still want to command. They still want to call the woman and say, okay, I'm coming to pick the children tomorrow. Get them ready. I don't know. Some of them have that mentality. And if whenever they make a demand or any request, the wife turns them down based on her own schedule or something, they just conclude that, okay, she don't want me to see my children. She's an evil woman. She's this, is that. That's just what I think is making them to turn around, no matter how long they've been divorced, to come back and still sound bitter about their relationship. I don't think that is because they are not happy in their current marriage. A lot of them are happy in their current marriage, but that first marriage, you get how they take like
It's
that
left
man.
a scar.
You know,
Yeah, it left a
especially
scar.
all those men that when they become rich, they are the one who actually lift the lady up. They believe they own the woman. Once they lift her up, brush her up, clean her up, send her to school, they believe, oh, she's my property. So, and if the lady along the way outgrown them and now they're divorced, they can never get, they can't get above it. That's just my take. So, Auntie B, make una no vex. So, you know, man na man, you know, we still have to look at some other aspect of this situation. We no go just say, he do this, he do that, like that. So, Auntie B, you know now.
This matter never finished. Thank you, brother Ben. It's okay, no wahala. But I believe that we've not heard the last of this. It's
At
not over
all.
yet.
It's just starting. Now that Emeka is back, now the drama won't start. I know him.
We're here for it. May the woman self come talk. Susanna, please say what happened. Did you take your husband's property? We want to
The
know
woman no
why.
go talk. The
We
woman no
go
go.
talk
That woman may Edoche them category then. She won't
when
talk.
I know they talk.
Emeka, give Emeka 1 more week. He go do another interview on top this one when he do. Then he go do another one again. Then the matter go come there all over social media. That's one of his strategies. He's very loud. He's not like the other guys like Ramsey Noah or the likes. So I agree. We go still hear more about it, man.
No wahala. We don't hear. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, Auntie B, thank you.
All right. Have a good evening. Okay. Yeah. I don't stay longer than I wanted to because Ben go they go round and round in circles. You know fit to say no do this bro code. I just call straight away, talk the matter, PC Sam, talk this one, talk, but Ben go they go round and round in circle. Now one for you, Ondo man. In fact, I get Ondo man matter one I want talk. You better come on Sunday, make you come see. Again, don't man wey talk say he stay for UK and America for 30 years, come find himself for Naija. I'm doing that story on Sunday, so you better come. Meanwhile, if you are in the abroad or in Nigeria, everywhere you are trying to level up in the new year. How many of you want to level up? Those of you who are, you want to level up in the new year, you are thinking of a change in career, you want to go into IT, especially IT. I hear say money dey that industry well o. When they say I no fit go school again, me sef for consider am o. Make I no talk say I no fit go school. Anything can happen o. It's never too late o. So anyway, prepare. I have something coming for you guys. Anybody that is thinking of how they are going to level up in the new year, yeah, let me show you what's coming. Let me show you what's coming. I got something coming for you guys, which is going to be really, 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 it's going to help people. Here we also don't just do stories about marriage, relationships, and all that good stuff. We also talk about leveling up. Yeah. We want to level up in the new year. You were thinking of changing your career. You're thinking of moving into IT. I've got somebody that can help you. And she's going to be here in the studio with me on the 29th. It's on the 29th. So put it in your calendar. Please join us. Yeah. I've got a young lady that is going to be joining us to teach you how to get into IT jobs in 2024. That's December 29th, after Christmas. Yeah. Join us that day if you want to learn basic things on how you can level up. You are tired. You are saying this work. Yeah. I need a new job. You want to go into IT full time. Okay. Join me on the 29th. And on Sunday, I've got a very compelling story. This thing happened when I was in Nigeria, right? It happened when I was in Nigeria, where this man said that he just woke up and found himself sleeping under the bridge in Lagos. How many of you saw that story? Ha! I saw the story, was paining me that I wasn't here to do it. I couldn't. I was so busy in Nigeria, I didn't have time, and I couldn't do a live stream. This Ondo man, so Ben, come. You know, say he's a bit talk around in circles. This will not be marriage and relationship. Oh. So no need to do bro code. We're going to be talking about this one on Sunday. This man said that he woke up one day and found himself Labe Bridge, Leko, in Lagos. He said, I returned to Nigeria homeless after 30 years in the abroad. Some of you may have seen it. What happened? How can somebody live in the abroad and they suddenly find themselves in Nigeria homeless? He's an Ondo man, no, Ben. So come and let's talk about it. I think there's so much to learn from this story. So on Sunday nights, we're going to be talking about it. Yeah? All right, guys. Thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, if you are thinking of New Year, you're already making plans for the New Year, setting goals, and changing your career or moving into a new job is one of those things you're planning. Yeah. We're going to be talking about moving into IT and the things that you need to know, training, some basic trainings that you need that can secure you that job that you need in IT. We're going to be talking about it on the 29th of December. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Please join me tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be in Man of Prestige, his channel, and we're going to be talking about those red flags that you can catch early, very early, that will, pinpoint to you, is this the one we are waiting for, or should we look further? Yeah, that will be tomorrow at 10 p.m. It's quite late. But you guys in America, I think that's quite like evening for you. So I'll see you tomorrow night in Man of Prestige. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much to everybody that called in. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a good evening. Merry Christmas. Hi, my name is Brie Ekpo, content creator. I live in the UK with my family. So I'm glad to introduce to you once again Word Remit app. I've been talking about this app for some time now. If you are a follower of my platform, this app recently enabled me to buy my retirement home in Nigeria. If you are Nigerian and you send Naira to your Nigeria account or to other people in Nigeria, this app enables you to send money very quickly. It's fast, it's efficient, and their rates are very competitive. So it's very easy to use. Just download the Word Remit app. Just have it in your phone. So sometimes all these little change, £100 here, $100 here, $1,000 here, $200 here, it all adds up. Just they send them, they go for those projects where they do for Nigeria. Before you know, it all adds up, and they say a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. So some of you now won't be they follow me, know my journey of building my retirement home, which I just did with the help of this app. So download the Word Remit app today. Their rates are very competitive. Use my discount code and keep sending money for those projects in Nigeria. It all adds up, and you'll be able to achieve what you want to do in Nigeria. Remember, so keep sending your money, keep doing those projects. If you want to send money to your family, your loved ones, download the Word Remit app today and keep sending that money to Nigeria.